Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is your first time here. Just want to say welcome and glad you came along. So I know it's been a while since I've had a few videos, or I've done a few videos, and I just took some time off, vacation here or there, hang out with the kids, that kind of thing. But I got back to the Volkswagen. As you can see, it runs on its own power. I ended up putting the engine in and a few other things. So I know several of you are asking me about the additional components I added to the car, and we're gonna go over what components I added. So we'll start off inside the car, the dash, and then I'll show you what I ended up doing with the electrical. So let me grab a flashlight. It's funny how the flashlights, they like to disappear. Okay, so first component we'll start off with is the speedometer. Now again, this speedometer is not the original to the car. I still have the original one. This is from ISP West. If you can see in the center of it, it does have a tachometer, which works really well. And it says going from 10 to 120. Hopefully I'll never hit 120 in this car. This car is going to be basically a cruiser. So there are several different things. I'll turn on the key for you. You take a look. It does have a battery here, and then it has the oil pressure sensor there as well. You just saw the tachometer, just check itself. But there are several other lights it does have. If I turn on the headlights here, it does have the high and low beam relay. And why you're not working? Why you're not working? Well, I'm gonna have to troubleshoot why the high beam relay is not operating, but usually it'll come up here blue. I did get a new high beam relay, and parts these days, wherever they come from, they are not working right. And I'll show you later on, I had to replace the flasher relay as well. So I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that later. For your signal lights, I know you're probably wondering where that is. Usually it's in the middle, but the tach's there. So if you see it here, it is flashing and it's off to the left. That works just fine. And this is the OEM, what do you call it? Fuel gauge, no problems there. And then if you look over here, you have 3 gauges. One's oil pressure, the other one's oil temp, the other one is voltage. Below is my emergency flasher, that works fine as well. Ashtray, blah, blah, blah. It's got a little bit of rust in there. No problem. Cigarette lighter, it came with the car, so you push that in. I think this is a 6-volt cigarette lighter. You can see, you can't see it, but you can feel it. It's pretty warm. So that works as well. If I put in, let's see, if I want to put in an accessory like a phone charger, you can see the blue light is on. So that works for that. I'm not a smoker, so. And you guys seen the video on the dash that I put in here, and just needs to be cleaned. So I'm not trying to bore you with this, but just give you an overview what I have in the car. And if you look down here, you're wondering about the 2 little buttons here. So if I turn on the lights, and this is like for the park lights, I do have this set up here for the fog lights. So you turn that on and it shows you that the fog lights are on. You can see it out here, the fog lights. I'll take you out. That's what the fog lights look like. And there's certain regulations that you need to do and use. So, okay. So I built this little bracket to hold this. So I shut them off, and they only come on if the parking light is on or the headlights are on. This will still come on. But if I shut everything off, it won't come on. And then for this here is for my windshield washer fluid. And I may have to get a, shut this off. I may have to get a cup for this. But if you hold this in, fluid will come through this nozzle that's sitting right here. And right now I don't have a windshield, as you can see. So if I press that button, it's gonna squirt. But let's do it for fun. Let's see what happens. So this button's for windshield washer, so I gotta turn on the key for that to work. And as I press it, it turns blue, and you can hear the motor. And right now, I believe that I haven't filled it up. I don't know, we'll see. I think I put some fluid in it. We'll see if it comes out. Holy smokes. You see that? Squirting in the back. So that's why I decided to install instead of using the old tire pressure thing. So I have to show you how I have that set up as well. May have to hold it for a few seconds for it to work, but seems like it squirts fine. It's getting me all wet in here. But we'll go step by step. So let's start with the speedometer. I'll show you the back of that, what that looks like inside the trunk, and show you what I did with the wiring in the trunk. Okay, looking at the trunk, you see the back. Here, let me give you an overall view of what I did with the wirings. I did put the wiring in a loom, so all the wires are not really exposed. Sitting here, I installed the gas tank, of course. You see the wire loom on that side. It's plugged in. There's wiring for the washer pump. We can talk about that real quick. The washer pump does have fluid in it. I think I found this on Amazon, this washer pump, and it actually draws it out from the tube here, as you can see. So you can actually use your original tube that's inside of here and just hook up another tube to this pump, and it will draw it out and pump it. So those of you who want to just keep the bottle, now that's what I suggest to do. I wish I had the information on that pump. I don't remember where I got it from. Anyway, look here, as far as try to clean this up as much as possible. So we're gonna look at the back of the speedometer. Cable is here. Now I'm still debating on if I'm going to add a cover back here. Because of this speedometer, and it's so rigid that I don't think the cover is going to go nicely back here. But you have to be careful with the speedometer cable, because you can actually ruin your speedometer. If it's too tight or if it starts to bind, it'll mess up the gears for your MPH, your miles per hour, and your needle and all that other stuff inside of it. So you don't want to do that. So, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You guys tell me what you think. I know it looks like a rat's nest in here. It really does. But there's a lot of components. So, that's the speedometer. There's like many hookups to the speedometer. And I'll probably bore you with all the hookups. Each light that's in the speedometer, just for this particular one, requires a ground, a positive, and a signal. So it's a lot of wires, so that's what you see here. Okay, moving on. This is the back panel of the gauges, and each gauge requires ground, power, and signal, and for the light requires a ground and a power. So there's a lot of wires for that. So I know that's why it looks kind of messy, but it is organized to a point. Probably wondering what this is. This is an added fuse block just for these gauges here. So I actually bolted this to the ashtray with some flatheads, so you can still operate the ashtray and put stuff in it, which more likely be like coins or whatever. Anyway, I don't remember where I got this from, this fuse block, but I can show you the cool part about it. Made me interested in it. I take the cover off. See it with the fuses there. If I ever blew a fuse for any reason, it has like an LED indicator saying which fuse has blown. So if I pull one out, shows you where the fuse is blown. It has to have a complete circuit in order to turn off the light. So if this fuse was blown, the light would come on. I'll go put this fuse back in, the light should go off, and it does. So that's one of the cool things about this fuse block. Again, I don't know where I got it from. This is the cover for it. So I'm not sure if that's the name of the company, but put the cover back on. Snaps in, no problems. I should have got a bigger one, but I think it has a total of six powers, and it has one big grounding area, which I really like, which helps out. So, anyway, let's back this off. So here comes the rant. Be prepared. See this black box here? This is for the flasher. I originally had the blue one in here. I got it from a certain company. A certain company assured me that it was fine. This certain company doesn't have returns on any electrical stuff. So when I put the blue one in here, it worked for like a minute and then it died. So I had to get another one. This one, hopefully it'll last long. The parts that we get and the parts that are available to us are slim. So you're kind of stuck with some of this stuff, which is ridiculous. So that's why I see a lot of people selling the old parts, old German parts, and they're going for pretty pricey kind of money because you want the reliability. Anyway, that's the end of my rant on that guy. Okay, we're at the back of the car. As you can see, I installed the engine here. No problems. I put a brand new voltage regulator here, and everything seems to be working fine. No issues. I still need to add hose, but before that, there's other problems with the engine. Once I put the engine in here, just to give you a side note, I put the engine in. I used the clutch and pressure plate that came with the engine. Once I installed it, I just wanted to try it, see if it's going to work. Come to find out that the pressure plate and the clutch, it's not that good. It's no good. I'm going to have to do another video and show you what I changed in that. That's for another video. But anyway, all the signal wires are coming from this wire loom here. I had plenty of wires coming out, and I decided to put this wire loom and keep them protected. And it's a little bit of slack here. So the next engine I'm going to build, which I'll probably rebuild this one. The next engine, it's going to be more high performance. It's going to have dual carbs. So I wanted to make sure that I have enough room here to go around the dual carbs or to go in between them. So that's why there's what we call a service loop, just in case. So in here, this yellow wire is connected to for the tachometer, connected to your coil. The coil I'm going to have to replace because I think the coil's going bad. Another side note, I don't want to rant. So that's to tachometer. Then down here, this is for your oil pressure gauge. And then this purple guy, again closer. This purple guy here is for your oil temp. And then this guy back here is with your OEM oil pressure idiot light. And they're all on this junction box here that I got from ISP West. And there's like 4 ports to it. One's for, and you have to be careful because some of them are metric and some of them are SAE, English. So you got to be careful what you use. Make sure you get the right stuff. And I believe these two, I think these two are 1/8 inch. I'm not sure, don't quote me on this. I think they're 1/8 inch NPT. And this one is the 10 millimeter. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. I know your engine block is it's a metric thread. So, but talk to ISP West and they can get you set up for that. So that's what I did. One last thing. These lights here, let me back off. These lights, I'm not too happy on the blue light look. First of all, in my state, it's illegal to have any blue or red light showing or flashing in the front of your vehicle. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think I should replace this with? Purple is okay. Anything outside of the blue and the red seems to be okay. So what do you guys think? You guys let me know in the comments. Purple might be an option. I don't want to go with yellow. I don't know of any other colors. What do I know? So you guys let me know in the comments below. Let's see what else. Yeah, also let me know in the comments below if you want to see anything else or have any questions. I think my email's in the YouTube about area. If you have any questions how I hook things up or how I ran things or what gauge wire, just let me know. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So there'll be more videos to come. Like I said before, we're gonna take apart or take out the engine again, and we're gonna have to replace the flywheel, the pressure plate, and clutch. We're gonna do all that stuff. We'll check the what do you call it? Not the clearance, the end play of the flywheel. So it needs to be checked. So after all that, hopefully I didn't bore you guys with anything. The car's coming along pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully by maybe by the end of the year, I'll be able to drive it on the road. It won't be fully completed. I need to get a windshield, put in the headliner, and for sure put in the windows, and then I can drive it on the road. And I'll take care of the rest of the interior later. But anyway, I just want to say thanks for coming along and sticking with me on this whole venture so far. Hopefully you like this video. And if I haven't already told you, have a good day.